Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the birth number 5 with life path number 3. So this is a very interesting one because this is like two of like, in my opinion, the most high energy numbers in numerology when it comes to just like showcasing and being very social and jovial throughout life. So this is a very interesting one for me. I do know a lot of famous YouTubers with this birth number combination, so studying it was very exciting to see if what I was going to study was going to match up, and it definitely did. So what we have here is the number 5, as we know. To give a little recap, is represented by Mercury. Mercury is the fastest moving planet in our known universe. It's very, very versatile. It's the planet of communication and of trades. So this makes the people that have this as a birth number, meaning they're born the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd, these people are very much able to convince you on what you want to do or what you should do. So, in other words, they could be good at manipulation and different sales tactics, and they could be quite Machiavellian in their approach to life. They sort of have a puppetry dance with reality that allows them to provoke, antagonize, and get ahead through their own agenda, their own means. The next thing I want to discuss was the number 3 now. So we know about the number 3 in the birth number connotation with the Chaldean numerology. When it comes in a Vedic or life path number sequence, this is known for people that can be quite disciplined. They could be very militant in their life. They're people that they believe in being a one man or one woman army. They believe in independence a lot, even more than the number 1, in the sense that the 1 will reach out and they'll ask other people for help and network, and they believe that your network is your net worth. If you ask a 3, according to the Eastern numerology, they'll say, I'm my net worth. In other words, they view themselves as the person of value, and they want to do everything in their business or in their personal life themselves as much as possible. So they really exemplify independence, and it's very often overlooked. But I am bringing all this up for a very specific reason. When you get the 5 with the 3, you have somebody who can be very, very persistent in life, somebody who can be very, very focused and get a lot done and be an extremely famous and notorious person. If they have a bad name, they might be notorious for being a criminal or a gangster. If they don't have that, they can be notorious for being somebody who's a positive life for other people. Common careers for these people would be things like commissions, like vehicle sales, marketing, sales executives, advertising, and they can also do things outside of that, like becoming electricians, YouTubers, social media influencers. It makes them very, very good at getting people's attention and then cultivating that attention to make them money. And that's what their specialty really is. So if you're watching this, understand that your specialty is through your voice, it's through your speech, and your speech can actually captivate other people, and you can kind of hypnotize them sort of into your rhythm, for lack of a better word here. But the way to do this is to make sure that, of course, you do have lucky numbers working for you. So your name number, meaning the name that you go most by, I recommend having it vibrating in the 3 series or the 5 series and possibly the 9 series, but you must be careful. The 18 is a number with the number 9 series that you want to all right just avoid. It's considered a holy number. It's vibrating to the vibration of Christ according to the Eastern numerology, so you have to be very perfect to not incur a lot of karmic debt. So just be very, very careful with that. And it also does make you have to get ahead by using war and theft and very brutal tactics. So you end up, when you have the name number 18, getting ahead through very negative means. So you want to just be very, very careful with that one. But the other ones in the sequence, like the 27 and the 36, very, very great numbers. 45 is amazing, and they'll definitely provide you with the good luck that you're looking for. So with that being said, the lucky days you guys have is also in the same series. The 3 and the 5 very specifically work wonders for you guys. And the days you just want to look out for is the 6th, the 15th, the 24th. That's an enemy to the number 3, of course. So when life path 3s have days that are on the 6th, 15th, and 24th, they'll notice that they're very low energy. They might feel drained, lack of motivation, and they'll just altogether just feel sort of out of whack or not all there. Even if they try to be there that day, they'll just sort of lack that necessary motivation to really manifest certain things. So understand that if you are a life path 3 with the birth number 5, don't come at yourself too heavy. A lot of people on 6 days tend to want to do artistic things or be more creative, but if it's not matching up with your energy, it's just simply not going to work. Okay? Your lucky gems are amethyst, diamond, and zircon. I would say amethyst is the cheapest venture to go on first. Diamond and zircon, of course, are such expensive alloys, I always say, but the five loves these expensive alloys. So you got to get rich. So you have to get rich in order to actually utilize the gems to their full capacity and max out your manifestation abilities. But you can start with amethyst. It unlocks your sixth chakra, which is right here in the middle of your forehead, your pineal gland, and also the crown chakra, which is the top of my head. So if you guys are able to use this, ground your energy, maybe start with something like ruby or shungite that will help you ground your root chakra energy, and then put amethyst on, and you'll have a full balance. And you'll be able to have a good balance between your first and your seventh chakra. This is a lifelong thing when I discuss chakras and mastering it, but what I'm talking about here is just basic tenets, making sure that they're just relatively balanced so that you can manifest the things that you want in your life in the physical realm. All right? So aside from that, there's just simply the health ailments to go over. Because five is such a good luck number, guys, I don't want you guys to feel like you're unstoppable because you're a five or you're invisible, but you kind of are. Like, you guys don't really get much of the sickness or the ailments that other numbers get. You guys are very much in, I guess, a good sequence with the universe. So you guys don't really get bad luck unless you do something that's extremely bad, and then certain debts will come to you. But oftentimes, especially if you're born on the 23rd, those karmic debts won't even come for you until another lifetime, or they might go to your children. So be very careful there. But certain, I guess I would say, ailments you can have. Diabetes is a possibility, but there's a slim chance of it. There's different blood pressure, like just having high blood pressure, high stress, excessive smoking, so just addictions and drinking, and yes, or the diseases more or less are just from your mind, maybe over analyzing things, and then you not being able to keep up with the frequency of your mind because it's working with Mercury, it's working at that lightning speed. Once you can slow down the mind, these ailments won't come into effect. Things like chronic fatigue, chronic anxiety are just a result or a disorder of your brain. You can balance these things by seeing a naturopath or your local physician, and you'll be completely fine. If you don't do these things, then you might run the risk of just burning yourself out, and then you might be sick for a few days. But like I said, there's nothing really that big. When I studied in Chaldean numerology in detail, they're talking about things like blood pressure, sinus, and possibly like arthritis or circulatory issues if you really just neglect your body. And that's just given for any human being. But for the most part, you guys don't really have much serious diseases. The most serious one you guys can have, in my personal opinion, from doing studying and from understanding how these planets operate in an astrological and numerological perspective, is asthma. Because Mercury is associated with the air, there's a high chance that you guys might have problems with your lungs, if you, especially if you do excessive smoking, or if you just run a life that you're not really that active in. It's rare for fives to do that anyways, but if you're not that active, you run the risk of having certain health ailments affect you in that sort of way. And that would usually be through some sort of lung disease or asthma early on in your life, more or less in childhood. All right. But aside from that, guys, that should conclude this video. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, just please leave it in the comments for me. Aside from that, like, subscribe. All that means it for today, guys. Peace.